This is a lesson on how to create groups inside of Echo. This is going to be for making modifications, accommodations for students, or extending, or just creating separate lessons for different groups in your classroom. All right, part one, we're going to log in, select your course, get to the editor, and get to the course settings. So here's my course. Go ahead and select that, editor, and then course settings. And I want to get to the manage groupings. So click manage groupings. This is where it gets a little weird. We're going to cancel this almost right away. So let's go ahead and click add grouping. Go. And we're going to go ahead and just click cancel. We're going to get out of that. Then you need to name your group. So I recommend something generic, just like my groups. Click add group, and then you can click the pencil to name it, or you can just leave it as group one. I'm going to call this modify. So these are the students who are going to get a modified assignment. And then we're good on that. So click checkbox. All right, so I put student one by clicking this. Student one is in my modified group. The other two students are not. We're going to add another group, and I'm going to call this group non-modified. Non-mod, you could call this full class if you wanted to. So then I'm going to put the other two students in this one. Check mark. Go ahead and click save. So I've got my two groups. If I click my groups, it'll show me. The modified group is student one. The non-modified is students 2 and 3. All right, so let's get out of there. That's part one. Now part two is how to actually use this in context with Echo. So we want to get back to your course. So I'm going to go to my course editor. So I went back to the course, selected the editor, and then at the top of the page, we're going to click group settings. So you'll see over here we've got syllabus, projects, weight, all this other stuff. We want group settings, and then here are my two groups. So with this assignment right here, group project contract, if I want my modified students not to even see that assignment, you just have to click it like that. So everybody else who's on my non-mod list will see that assignment. Let's say that the group contract template, I want that for my modified student only. So you can see the eyes now. You use those to select who will or will not see your assignment. Now the way that most of you will use this is you will need to go back into the course, duplicate the assignment, make your modifications, and then add the students to it. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is, I guess, part three. So we're in syllabus. So let's say this Google Docs sharing in Dropbox. Let's say I wanted to change this. So I would go to the hot dog, click duplicate. We're going to duplicate it right there. But I'm going to change the name of this. I'm going to call this one, put mod after it. So I know that this is the one that's modified. And I'm going to go ahead and make the changes that I wanted to make. Let's say it was a different document, or the grading points were different, or whatever it was going to be. I could go ahead and make these changes. Here, click save. Now it still hasn't been differentiated yet. It's still going to everybody. So I guess that's the wrong word, differentiated. Go back to here. So then here's my one that's for the mods only. So I'm going to turn it off the non-mods. I'm going to leave it on the mod. Now I don't want this student to see that. If you're good, go ahead and just stop watching. If you need a greater explanation, I'm going to do that right now. So right now, this Google Docs sharing in Dropbox, we have the activity twice. This one is not modified. This is what the majority of the students are doing. That's why their eye is open and the modified group of kids is closed or is turned off. Now the modified version of this, you'll see that for the modified group, it's wide open, but for the non, it's closed. So that way they don't have access to it. So this is a way to set up the same assignment essentially, just a little different version of it. And you use these eyeballs to do that. And there's no save or anything. Once you do it, you do it. That way these kids on the modified group, they don't actually see assignments that they don't need to do. Okay, hope this makes sense.